Baby, I can feel your halo. Halo is one of the biggest and best game series to ever come out, and it all started with Halo Combat Evolved on the original Xbox. Halo Combat Evolved is a first-person shooter developed by Bungie and published by Microsoft Game Studios. It was released as a launch title for Microsoft's Xbox video game console on November 15th, 2001, and boy what a launch title it was. Bungie began the development of what would eventually become Halo in 1997. Initially, the game was a real-time strategy game that morphed into a third-person shooter, before becoming a first-person shooter. During development, Microsoft acquired Bungie and turned the game into a launch title for its new video game console, the Xbox. Not that we were shy of first-person shooters back then, but Halo, that was something different. The version I'm reviewing is on the Master Chief Collection. There's going to be spoilers ahead. The game starts on the Pillar of Autumn, a human ship being pursued by an alien race known as the Covenant. The Covenant are a religious army of aliens that believe humans are a blight to their own gods. The captain of the ship, Captain Keyes, believes the best way to escape is to land on the recently found ring-looking object, also known as Halo. The captain does have an ace up his sleeve, however. This is you, by the way. You are Master Chief, a cybernetically enhanced super soldier who has a wealth of battle experience. The legendary green suit you inhabit can withstand a barrage of damage. You're not invincible, however, so after your shield is down you need to take cover in order for it to recharge. There's also overshields you can pick up for more damage resistance. There's a great range of weapons in the game, both human and Covenant. Unlike Fallout, for example, where you can carry multiple weapons at a time, Master Chief doesn't have unlimited pockets to carry stuff. You can only carry 2 weapons at a time, so this means you have to think a bit more which weapons you want to have when used for the given situation. The human weapons consist of the pistol, assault rifle, shotgun, sniper rifle, and the rocket launcher. Even for a pistol, it feels like this gun packs a lot of punch and can even rip through enemy shields. It has a 2x zoom too, which makes it even better. The assault rifle is the backbone of your arsenal and holds a lot of ammo. It can be very satisfying to shred through a group of enemies. It feels like you're firing an LMG. The shotgun is your standard shotgun and is great at close range, but it lacks any stopping power for distant enemies. The sniper rifle is great for long range kills. It has 2 levels of zoom and even has a night vision mode. If you're skilled enough you can use it at close range too. I'd say the only downside is the small magazine. So the rocket launcher is the beast out of all the weapons. It can take down anything and everything. You have to fire down 2 rockets at a time before you reload. Trying to make a video, dickhead. The Covenant weapons consist of the plasma pistol, the plasma rifle, and the needler. The plasma pistol isn't nearly as badass as the human pistol, but it does have an overcharge that you can use to disable enemy shields. The plasma rifle is also great at taking down shields, but it will overheat if you hold down the trigger for too long. But it's the opposite for the needler. You need to hold down the trigger to get the most out of this weapon. If you fill up an enemy full of needles, they'll explode in a haze of purple smoke. It's a damn cool weapon. There's also the energy sword and a fuel rod cannon, but for some reason these weapons have a self-destruct function. The energy sword will kick your butt and the fuel rod cannon is basically the Covenant rocket launcher. There's also 2 types of grenades that you can use, the standard frag grenade and the plasma grenade. These grenades can be stuck to enemies and cause them to panic, making them run straight into their allies. Grenades on the ground can also blow up when triggered by other grenades, which can result in some big explosions. Welcome back to Covenant Hunting. Let's see what we can find today. Right, okay. So here's the little critters known as grunts. These are some of the most unlikely creatures to be in an army. It's like they're little babies. I mean, look at them. These little mites get scared easily, especially if you take out the big guys first. You can even creep up on these little fuckers, although it does make me feel bad when I have to pistol whip them in the face, in your face. Elites are the ones you watch for. These guys know what they're doing. These guys are the leaders in the group. They fight without fear. But just like the Master Chief, they've got a rechargeable shield. Once these guys are taken care of, the rest of the group scatters, so focus on taking them down. Jackals are the bird-like creatures with the shields. Human weapons don't affect their shields, so it's best using those plasma weapons that they got. Especially a charged plasma pistol shot, that usually does the trick. They'll use charged plasma shots sometimes, so keep your distance. The big guys over there are hunters. They always fight in pairs and soak up a lot of punishment. They got a fuel rod cannon and a big metal shield to protect themselves. They'll slug you if you get too close. Their Achilles heels in their back, so go around there and kick it. It's super exposed in a few shots from your pistol. There you go, that's looking better. Sorry about that, I think I had a bad signal. Now where were we? So let's talk about the vehicles. The Warthog is a jeep with room for one passenger and one gunner on the turret. It's nimble with good controls. You actually steer using the thumbsticks. You have to aim where you want to drive. When driving the Warthog solo, it becomes a mobile turret. The Scorpion is the beast of all the vehicles in the game. It has strong damage resistance and 4 spaces for Marines to sit on. It's got a side gun that you can fire while you're waiting for the main cannon to reload. Taking out vehicles with this tank is a breeze and the enemy infantry doesn't stand a chance. The Ghost is the Covenant version of a hoverbike. It's got 2 plasma cannons on the front for an increased firepower. It can strafe left to right and it's great at mowing down enemies. The Wraith is the Covenant tank and isn't drivable for one reason or another. Its cannon fires slowly and it can take some time to hit the target. It's more like a mortar. The Banshee is a Covenant aircraft flying thing. Elites pilot them and they fire plasma rounds, as well as a fuel rod shot that you can use on vehicles. Use them a couple of times in the game. In regards to stages in the game, there's 10 levels in the campaign and each one is memorable. In my opinion, Halo is one of the best structured games ever. It engaged me in the story. I literally played the levels over and over again. You fight on spaceships, a beach, a swamp, a snow-covered landscape. The environments are varied and look fantastic. And the soundtrack is used to accompany these levels perfectly. Anyone who has played Halo should already know the iconic theme music. You won't be fighting alone in this game. As humanity is under threat, naturally the military is on hand to kick ass and take names. And this is where the Marines step in. These guys have your back in the earlier levels and will support you in battle. The AI for the Marines is great. They're constantly talking to you, to each other and the enemy. Some of the things they come out with is genuinely so funny.
Covering fire! It's me! Get here! Wake up, mate! Come on, wake up! Not me, fool! You fools! You'll kill us all! Who's your daddy? Me!
They'll duck and dive, throw grenades, react to getting hit. You can even leave them to fight the enemy and watch battles unfold. I did this constantly the first time I played the game just to see all the different results. It was never the same battle twice. The animation when they blow up as well is also quite funny.
You're flying without wings.
There's also this weird body sag which happens when characters flop to the floor. And even when the Marines aren't around, you'll have your trusty AI companion Cortana with you. She's with you from the start and gives you advice along your journey.
Look out!
Gee, thanks Cortana, I didn't see that one coming. 4 floating robots up there with lasers trying to kill me. Cheers. Her and the Chief have known each other for a while, and this is evident from the conversations that they have with each other as the story progresses. She's kind of like the R2-D2 of the story. As Captain Keyes tells you from the off, she holds a lot of information regarding human military intelligence. So if the Covenant get hold of her, it's basically game over.
Game over, man! It's game over!
So the race that built Halo, called the Forerunners, made sure it was well defended. You'll come across these floating robots with lasers called Sentinels. Along with the Sentinels, they also created a monitor to maintain and look after Halo. This is 343 Guilty Spark. He aids you with finding the index, which is basically a key to wipe out everything in the galaxy, so it's nothing too heavy. So there's one enemy I haven't quite covered yet. And they're kind of scary, and they are the bastards of the game. Yes, there is a horror element to this game, and it's in the form of the Flood. These almost unstoppable parasites infect anything they come into contact with. They're like zombies, just a lot more aggressive. Think kind of 28 Days Later in some aspects. They can run and even jump long distances. When the Flood were introduced into the game, it was a complete surprise to me, and what a force they are. Anytime they appear, they do their best to wipe out anything and everything in their path. They use weapons too, so you're not even safe at a distance. These little fecks blow up and scatter spores everywhere, so that's always fun. Overall, my experience with Halo was a memorable one. It's a classic for a reason. There was nothing like it at the time, and with all the other games that followed, Halo left its footprint in gaming legacy. In my opinion at least, it's one of the best first-person shooters of all time. Thanks for watching if you made it this far, it means a lot to me. Subscribe, like and share if you like what you saw, and I'll see you guys soon. A big thank you to Chan Walrus for letting me use your music for my intro. It's greatly appreciated. If you need music for any of your projects, you should check out his channel. It has a fantastic range of music on there, and it's all royalty free. Link will be below in the description.